me, but so I have 30 plus years in real estate. I was in the processing side of things when I first got started many years ago, jumped into selling, built a mega team, owned multiple real estate offices, became a regional growth director. I've pretty much done it all in real estate. And now I work for a company called Kingdom Capital, which is an investment loan company that we just work with investors in helping them get money for funding on their investments. So really awesome. So Amy.
And I know everybody in this room but Doug and I don't know, Harris. Yeah. So I again have been in the real estate business for 24 years now. I've been anywhere between a single agent, a team of two, big team, broker in charge, ran a team, and now I went back to an individual agent and now I'm back on a team.
Full circle.
And I'm here to tell you that every facet of the real estate market changes, and there's always something to learn every day. Since I also work with Kingdom Capital as well, I'm a loan officer there. Started in March, April, I don't know, somewhere around there. Just closed my first loan. And there.
Congratulations.
Yeah, so it's a DSCR loan, but and I've known Robin 6 years.
I think so, around there.
Yeah.
All right. So today's class is scaling in chaos. So why your business can't grow when the rest of your life is falling apart. So scaling in chaos is kind of like just a play on words because it's very hard to do. A lot of people right now are focused on their business and that's awesome. However, when the rest of your life isn't being focused on, it really takes a toll on your business and most people don't realize it. Even top producers will have burnout within the first 5 years if they're focused only on their business and nothing else. So that's what we're going to talk about today. We're actually going to dive into how do we fix that? What do we do? So we can just go, to the next screen. All right. And you all should have.
You said to just hit the arrow key, right?
Oh, tight. I got a little clicker too. Maybe. There you go. Listen, I think we're
one ahead though. So show me how to go back.
I think it's this one.
Okay. Okay, now they're working the front and the back.
Okay. Yeah.
Talk is always a challenge with me.
All right. The uncomfortable truth. So 73% of top producing real estate agents we report burnout in the first 5 years. Crazy. And these are top real estate agents. These aren't just agents that, do a couple of transactions a year. Our top real estate agents report burnout within the first 5 years. Want to take the next one? 2 times more likely to underperform.
Yeah, when experiencing relationship stress. And that's what we're talking about in the chaos circle here. So,
and this dollar, this is kind of like a big gut punch right here. So $0 is what an extra deal earns you if your health costs eat the profit. So if you're not focused on your health, you're not focused on relationships outside of business, it's actually going to cost you more than that real estate commission that you may have just earned that you thought you were really excited about. Okay. So really important. And at the bottom here, you can't pour from an empty cup and you can't scale from a shattered light. So think about that. You can't pour from an empty cup, nothing to pour, right? And you can't scale from a shattered light. That's super important. Thanks. You're getting.
Oh, not working.
Oh, awesome. You're like, awesome. All right. Is this scale? Let me just make sure we're on the same page here. Because I know we went ahead.
You're back. I'm back. Okay. You have the power on. Shut it. Oh, plug it in, right?
Got it. Are we good?
Yep.
Everybody has their thing? Okay. So here's the wheel of life. This is what we're going to dive into today. And I just want you guys to be open to the conversation, be honest with yourself. As we go through this, some of you may get a little emotional. I know I did. I was the one crying in the room. Yeah, I didn't want anybody to know.
I wish you told me that. I'm a crier.
Good. Oh. All right. So business and career. So This is your deals, your pipeline, your systems. This is everything in your life that you're working on in business. Talk about finances for us.
So finances is the part of your life where, everybody has a house payment, your electric bill, where you want to be, if you're in debt, what you're planning your future for, it's everything. I mean, we can't live without money, unfortunately.
Yes. Well, there's probably some that do, but all right, your health and fitness. So think of health and fitness as your energy, your sleep, your diet. When's the last time you worked out consistently? When's the last time you got 7 or 8 hours of sleep consistently at night? Anybody in this room do that every single night? Yeah, I got this new band, you guys. I probably should have bought it. Because it's telling me every day how terrible I sleep every single night. Family and relationships. Let's jump into that one.
That's your spouse and your kids, your close friends, and the people that you see after 7 o'clock after a brutal day. So it's not it is your work life, but it's not. It's the people that you come in contact with. That is your relationships with.
Yeah, personal growth. This is talking about what classes are you taking? What are you reading? What podcasts are you listening to? What are you doing to help yourself grow in business and in life? So what are you actively doing? I know, a lot of us, and me included, I had to start watching on my phone the hours that I'm on social media, like just scrolling. And if you guys start watching that, it's actually kind of sickening. And I mean, one time it was like 9.2 hours for me. I was like, what? Like, are you kidding me? Like, no wonder I didn't sleep. Like, crazy. So I really had to start watching and made that very intentional that I'm not doing that anymore. It has to be intentionality or it's not happening. Fun and recreation.
Well, and that's anything that you're doing for actual joy. This isn't just, showing up at a social networking event or whatever. This is stuff that brings you joy, like if it's gardening or if it's hobbies, whatever. This is stuff that actually fills your bucket that you find joyful in.
Awesome. So your physical environment. So this is your home, your car, your office. Do those spaces actually help you? Are they something that energizes you or drains you? So think about those different spaces, like the physical environment that you're in every single day, and then spiritual and purpose.
Yeah, and this one hits me because why does work matter to all of us? What are you building your work for, your life for? And what are you getting beyond your commission check? For me, the spiritual part has actually helped joining, of course, Kingdom Capital, but I'm here for the chaos thing. But I was really low in that bucket. But it's just wherever your spiritual life is. Say that right?
Yeah, for sure. The biggest thing here about this wheel, if you notice, business is only one of the categories. And some of us in this room, including myself at one time, it was 8 of 8. It was business. That was it. Like, I've got to do business. And because nothing else mattered, I had to put food on the table in my head anyway. This is the lie I was telling myself, is that if I just focus on business, everything else in my life will take care of itself. Right? And I promise you that was a lie. All right, so let's dive in. Let's keep going. All right, so this is called the chaos tax. I think you guys all have this in your booklet. So the chaos tax, what is chaos actually doing to you? What's it costing you? So every ignored area of life costs you bandwidth in business. So a strained marriage, for example, these are just examples. It's distracted during client calls, decisions clouded by guilt. So maybe you have a strained marriage and maybe you just had an argument with somebody that you are married to and you've got to go to a listing appointment or you're going to do a buyer consultation, right? And you just had this argument or you just got off the phone and you're like, you're a complete idiot. Click. And then you walk into the room and you think that person can't pick up on the fact that your energy is weird. Right? We can't fake that, you guys. We just can't. People will pick up on it and eventually it hurts our business. So that's just one example. What about poor health? You want to talk about poor health?
Yeah, poor health, that's your low energy, brain fog, and canceled showings and sick days. health is one of the things that I'm actually working on myself right now. But if you're not feeling good and you don't have the energy and you're not getting enough rest and you're not exercising and you're not feeding your body, it's gonna show outwardly in one form or fashion or another.
Yeah, financial stress. So this one's a dangerous one, okay? Because if you're under financial stress, you're going to take desperate deals. You're going to discount commission because you feel like you have to, right? This can be you set really bad boundaries for yourself. Maybe it's a terrible, awful client. You sit down, they're rude, they're not kind. You just know you don't mash with this guy or this girl, but yet you take the deal anyway because you're like, I just need this closing. So this can be very, very dangerous because that commission long term is not going to help you. It's probably going to hurt you worse than anything.
And having no fun and recreation. This one kind of goes a little bit slower, but you'll start to, if you don't take a vacation or time off or find joy in your hobbies and stuff, you'll start to resent your job. You'll resent everything actually, but your job and what you do, the joy of working will disappear if you know.
Ignored purpose. So when you forget your big why, your clients start to feel transactional. So think about that. When you forget what your big why is, why you get up and do what you do every single day, your clients will start to feel very much transactional. Because when they know your big why, they feel your big why, that's an energy that's projected, they could actually come closer to you. So don't be afraid to share like why you do what you do. I used to start every listing presentation off with, I just want to tell you why I do what I do every single day and why I'm here in your kitchen today.
I love that.
And it was crazy, you guys. How do you not come closer to somebody when they just shared their heart with you? Like all of a sudden you could just tell, like they were like tense, arm crossed, and it was like, huh, she just became vulnerable with us. How can we say no to this listing? Got it. Right?
I love that, Robin, because it's kind of what we were talking about a few minutes ago too, about people are craving real. They
Yes.
just want to know the emotion,
They want real.
who you are and what you stand for. I love everything about that.
And then after that, it's like, so would you mind sharing with me what your big why is? Why do you want to sell this house? What's your next? So it opens up the door for them to now be vulnerable with me, right? So really cool. It works every time. You won't miss a listing ever. I promise. Nobody else is doing it. All right, can we go to the next screen? Get them. I love it. All right. In your workbook, and let's see what page it is, you actually have this exercise. So we're going to do this exercise right now together.
Page 3.
Is it page 3 in the workbook?
The third page. Did it get mixed up?
All right, you're going to rate each one of these 8 areas on a score from 1 to 10. 1 being, oh, it's really bad in my life right now. And 10 being, I'm nailing it. Like I crushed this area. Remember, there's no right answers, you guys. No right answers and no judgment whatsoever. So I want you to, whatever that number is, the first 3 seconds that come to your head, don't overanalyze it. Don't be like, well, I might be a 6, I might be a 7, maybe I'm an 8. No, whatever that first number is, write it down. Okay? Like I said, no judgment around this whatsoever. So go ahead and take about 4 minutes and write your answers. And you can just dot it in the 1 to 10 or check mark the box, whatever works for you. This is where I cried. No. Ah. You see, I play relaxing jazz.
Not seeing, not looking at your.
Did everybody get that? I'm so good for rings or yeah, just put whatever first comes to mind. All right. So now what I want you to do, whoever this is near you, turn to them or sit with whoever, I want you to share the one that was most surprising to you. And it doesn't have to be the lowest, it doesn't need to be the highest. Like what is the one area of your life that stood out the most? That you're like, whoa, that's actually better than I thought, or whoa, this one needs more attention.
Okay, I'll go next. Black to my friend. I know.
I'm gonna share it with
And it's pricey. Or you can try to win it, plus we can't examine it. Two right now, I'm kind of rush it, I rewind, you need to bring here that right. Price one, here's. I know from that, which I really is my special. I thought that, okay, so I was here saying, I think I should. But if I'm perfectly happy in that area, yeah, it's happy in those areas. Yeah. You're so, really? It's not your personality, yeah.
Okay, who's willing to share?
What are we sharing?
Who's willing to share one share answer?
I'm the new guy, I'll share.
Oh, I love it. Yeah. The new guy is not afraid.
Finances. Being in the automotive business for 25 years, I got to a point where I was just fed up. I got to a point where I couldn't do it anymore. I didn't see a purpose anymore for getting up and going to work every day. So I literally quit my job in February. So I put focus on putting all my emphasis on real estate and finding my path that direction. But my finances have taken quite a hit. So that's why I'm like looking at it out of everything else if I focused on that. But I am handy. I have multiple vehicles I can work on. I do repairs. So that's part of my hobby that I like doing is repairing stuff too. So just the finances, taking a small way off.
Thank you for being vulnerable. That's awesome.
Yeah, I'll go too, because my finances is the one that was my lowest, and it surprises me that I had to answer that way. But I also took a lot of time off last year when my mom passed away. And I'm recovering from that, and I'm also doing some changes on my team and regrowing and restructuring my team. So I know why it's happening and I know I can fix it. But it is shocking when I had to answer, like, how bad is it? It's pretty bad.
What score, if you don't mind? You gave it a 2. Okay, what score?
Not because I'm broken, I
gave it a
can't
3.
provide, but because I know how much more I could have and should have.
Absolutely.
Because I've been there and I'm not there now, so I have to get back there.
Okay, yeah, thank you for sharing that. Who else? Anybody else want to share? Give everybody an opportunity that wants to share. Anyone?
We're the only suckers, I guess.
I know, no, good. We're gonna keep finding them. So trust me. All right, let's keep going. All right, so this is kind of the flat tire effect. So if you take a look at the wheel on, I guess, your left side, this is the balanced agent's wheel. So this is an agent that, listen, is taking care of all 8 categories. The wheel, if you think about a wheel and you have the 8 or the 10s are on the outside, the wheel is moving very smooth, right? Everything's working very smooth. This is the unbalanced agent. So this is, something's going on really great here. Wobble is guaranteed. Flat tire is inevitable. Sooner or later, your tire is going to pop. So if you were to, and we're going to plot out your wheel here in just a minute, and so you'll be able to see your wheel, it'll be visual for you, but sooner or later, you will pop. It's going to happen. And when I say pop, it might be, I can't get out of bed today, right? Or I'm a lot shorter with my responses, or I don't answer the phone because I can't imagine talking to another client. Like, I don't want to talk to them, right? So you're missing calls, you're missing follow-ups, this is what happens when your life looks like this. So you should all have a wheel. So you should have a wheel. What I want you to do is go ahead and plot out. So in the middle of that wheel is you. On the outside is your 10. And so it goes 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, all the way in to the center of the wheel. I want you to dot now what you actually scored yourself. So I'm sorry? I haven't.
Very similar.
Is it?
And it's felt personal, bro.
Yes.
It's all insight.
I need to look into that because I love learning. So
Yeah.
yes.
It's all about that.
So go ahead and plot your wheel out, and then I want you to connect your dots.
Well, then, my brain doesn't work this way. How do I connect my dots?
Oh,
I can't solve those things where you have to go around the dots. It just,
so so you just like.
okay, got it.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you.
My wheel looks like it belongs on a circus car.
I told you
It's like a circus car.
It said it's a circus car.
It's okay. Wait. This makes the visual even more like whoa.
Where I need to go.
Yeah. All right, everybody got their plotted? All right, so now on your next page, so you've got two wheels there, and the reason you have two is I want one wheel for today, and I want one wheel for you to keep for 90 days from now. Okay, so now that we are aware, we're gonna focus on one area, and hopefully in the next 90 days, that graph will change for you. So that's why you have two in there. So let's go to your next page. So the lowest scoring area. So I want you to write down what's the number you wrote that made you wince. I want you to ask yourself, how is that score physically showing up in my business right now? So that's the first question. Number one, the lowest score. How is that actually showing up in my business? It could be that maybe it's your physical health, right? And I don't work out. I don't spend any time on working out, increasing muscle mass. And so my energy's super low. So I don't have the energy to go to more appointments like I should be able to do. I'm tired. Right? That could be how it's showing up.
So I'll be honest, I'm shocked that my lowest is fun and recreation.
Okay.
I'm there.
And I
I'm
think
with you.
this is because number one, like I put it down here, like how it affects my business. I also think to myself, like I don't have time to think about fun and recreation because I have so much catching up to do because of the last year, right? Like hyper focus, like I gotta do something to fix X, Y, Z. And so plus, you know, you have this and you have family and you have all this other stuff, and those are priorities over. Like I sat with somebody who came from like work, and I actually had like a whole day, nothing to do, no child, no husband, and I was like, I just want to lay here. I just wanted to lay there and do nothing, not out of like depression or sadness or late. This nothing interests me. Like I used to love to go to the bookstore and just like read, read and drink coffee, and you know, or I love to go to hot yoga, or I love to do this is like long, well, like really long one. Like nothing like I'm like I don't sound like well let's go. Well, I don't even know what hobby. Like, I'm not gonna go get in a great so let's talk about that. canoe and go to not sound, it can kayak. Right. Oh, like,
What I did hear you say is that years ago I had a love core,
Yeah,
right?
join a book club.
So that love is probably still in there. It's light and things have gotten in the way of the love. So you let that love go.
yeah, so
And
like I
replaced
loved
it with
like
something
I used to coach, cheerleading
Mhm.
pre that, the life. And I loved it, and I would do it right to the
That.
second.
That.
Well, I don't
Yeah.
want, you
No,
know,
I know, yeah.
and I would love to get involved in like community, like coaching again, maybe. But then that's so much time.
Okay, so,
So
okay, thank
much
you.
time. Like, and
Okay.
I'll be like 4 or
Pause right there for a second. Pause right there. You're a coach now because that's what you love. So that's in your mind, that's recreation and fun, right? It's not another job, it's recreation and fun, right? And you're coaching these young people to do things that you love, right? And who do they all have?
Parents.
Parents. Who do those parents have?
Homes.
Homes.
Right.
Do they have friends?
Absolutely.
Do they have family?
They,
So how is not doing what you love affecting your business? Did we just come full circle here?
yeah.
Could your business be bigger if you did what you love?
Yes.
Hello?
You're doing it because you love
But
it,
I
not to
think
get the
for
business.
me, I'm
I
like,
mean,
it's.
they have friends and they have
They
have homes.
But for me, like if I were to like take that bike, right, and like decide to
Mhm.
get into that life again. It required so much time that it would pull away from my family dynamic, where I've worked so hard to get that from a 2 up to a 6. You know what I mean? So if I were to start doing fun hobbies 4 nights a week, and that means my will would be that, you know what I'm saying?
Is that true? And is it 100% true? Or is it a story you're telling yourself?
I don't know. Maybe, maybe not.
That's just, I just.
Well,
want
you could
this
bring,
question.
yeah, and you could bring that with you.
Well, that might also want to get you here someday.
Yeah.
And that's how you get into it too.
Yeah, and so you would still be spending time.
It's pretty funny.
Because if you were able to, you know, what are your goals in real estate? So what's the unit goal for real estate? 24 units, 2 a month. If I was able to go and teach some kids how to do what I love to do every single day, from 4 to 6 every day, and I could get 2 transactions from 4 hours a day every single month, is my life better or worse?
I just had an aha moment.
What's your aha moment?
Well, I've been trying to rebrand. I'm going to be rebranding myself as because I love pets and I want to be surrounded by people who love pets. And I don't know how to do it because I don't want to go, I'm your pet realtor. But I want it to like organically happen. And I haven't been able to figure out how to do that. But I just decided I could go volunteer at a pet thing where I get to play with all the cute puppies. And then I'm meeting people, and oh my gosh, that's my aha moment.
You're
That's
doing what you love.
well, I
And
knew a year and a half ago, right before my mom died, that was my niche, and I needed to dive in, and then things just went swirly, and I'm trying to get back to that because I know that's where I need to be. I just haven't been able to figure out how to get there, and that's a great connection. Thank you.
You're welcome. Make sense?
Yeah, absolutely.
Did that help everybody in the room? Yeah, because sometimes, just like what Ashley was saying, we feel like I can't even imagine bringing something else into my life. And this is what this is all about. It's actually a balanced life when you focus on the things that are all 8 categories, not just one category. Because what I heard you say is the one category is overwhelming your life right now. Right?
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
it's pretty balanced, so then like.
So you know what agents do, like some of the top agents in the country, do you know what they also do? Coach. They're football coaches, they're baseball coaches, they're cheerleading coaches. Why? There's all the families.
Yeah.
And they wear their garb every time they go coach. If they trust you with their children, they trust you with what? Their homes.
They're hundreds of thousands of dollars.
Yes, exactly.
My parents has often said that if I can get kids to love me, parents do.
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. Okay. So lowest scoring area, so everybody wrote that down. So the area you're avoiding, so this is different from the lowest score. Area are you actively choosing not to look at? And what excuse do you justify for not dealing with it? So that's number 2, the question. So what are you actively avoiding? Write that down. Because it feels like too much, or I don't want to do that, I don't want to look at it, I don't want to think about it. So not necessarily your lowest score. And then your biggest gap, that next question. Where's the widest distance between where you are now and where you want to be? So which one is it? I'm guessing yours probably financial because you were 2 on yours. So what's the widest gap to get from where the lowest score to the highest? Where is it? And then your one domino, this is a big one. So which single area, if you genuinely improved it in just 2 to 3 points, not from 2 to 10, but just 2 to 3 points, right? Would have the biggest positive effect on everything else. Your energy, your focus, your relationships, and your business. So what is that one domino? All right, so what I'd love for you to do now is get in your groups again, and just 2, 3 people, all of you together, it doesn't matter. And I want you to talk about one of the questions, share it with everyone, and then we'll come back. And if you're online, talk to your pet or your.
I'm monitoring chat. I'm monitoring chat. I think we have one online. D is online.
Well, there's
D, if you can hear me.
4.
If you want to chat, feel free. I'm watching.
I love it.
Well, no, some of them are us. That's I'm one. The school is one, and then Paris is one. Okay. Do you want to share?
That's
I was.
sorry. I'm going to share something that is good. That's terrible. I'm not being as much. That's I'm starting big into church. Onside the owl. So I noticed that I'm going to sounds good. If you something happens there, I can focus. Next, everything's in. Thank you. That's we forgot to hear. We said, yeah, okay. This is where we are next. Are we good on time? Yeah, it's 22. So that's 20 minutes. Whatever else is responsible. Yeah. Feel like I'm tired. Yeah. There's so much. No,
So how do you say hi for us? If you want to share that later, pretty good. That's actually like 110 right now in a very, very bad news. Spiritual place. Yes, it is good. However, I can help this. I'm gonna be honored to just write a question, anything that you have, but we could go down that road later. But it is I'll tell you that that's probably what Harry because of that. I'm with it.
Come back in 1 minute.
Mine the how do I answer because and we put it in here. I shared it like that. How I'm trying to do it, you know what I'm trying to do.
Love to have saved
By doing this, we are also for I had to that's 6 or 7 years.
because that would be cool.
Show them how to
No, because years ago, I remember.
And I want to do it. I'm doing. I got through it. It's quite terrifying. Here we are.
Okay.
Uh-huh. Yeah, and it would have been fun to see that.
One satellite cost. There was
So whatever it is,
stuff like coverage of 20.
there's brain fog right now.
No minutes. Thanks for being here. What's so for your first? So there's I generally you guys even from me.
I try this in our APRE classes.
Yeah,
They can just do it by myself because I'm so hard for myself to do it. And you have to know. I saw it. Do it. I feel like it's easy.
finally the word valid in her eyes, and that's not the truth, but it's up here, that's my environment, that's the relief. Because I so I know better, it's just when they put you know, once she sold my house, this one her at me. And I know that that's not now my role, they want, I'm careful, all right, so like that. It's hard because I can't look at my book of business and go, and bring in this and bring in this, and bring in this, but it doesn't sell that parts. Just little mirrors and stuff.
All right, great job, you guys. All right, so I want you to take a look up here.
Well, that's my taught class.
I know.
Share.
I know. All right, come on back.
All right, we're back.
Okay, love it. Love it. Okay. So real estate is a life amplifier. It makes the good better and the chaotic catastrophic. All right. So when you're whole, I want you to take a look at when you're whole. You attract clients because your energy is magnetic. Your energy, by the way, should introduce you before you ever say a word. So how are you walking in? How are you getting out of the car? Because trust me, on a listing appointment, they're watching you get out of the car.
They are.
Right? And if you're on the phone and you're screaming at your kids, or you're screaming at a spouse or significant other, or your best friend, or what, they're reading your lips, they know that you're struggling, and then you slam the door, you get out and you're like, hey, and they're like, you're fake, right?
Go a step further. I used to tell my advisors, smile on the phone.
Smile on the
When it
phone.
calls you,
Yeah.
they can hear that, feel that through the phone.
Absolutely. Yeah. Oh my gosh. So true. So you attract clients because your energy, and I have this written down. When you're whole, this is what you want to picture. An agent who sleeps well, whose home life is stable, who has something to look forward to outside of work. Ashley, walk into a listing appointment as that agent. Like you're that agent because you just got it together, right? You set boundaries confidently. So what kind of boundaries are they talking about here? When they say they set boundaries confidently, what does that mean?
We kind of talked about that in a class recently about setting boundaries for your clients of like, these are my hours, or this is what you can expect from me. This is what I expect from you.
Bingo.
Yep.
Those, and you do it confidently. Hey, guess what? Tracy, I just need you to know that I work 6 days a week, Monday through Saturday. I start at 9 a.m. I end at 7 every single day. I take Sundays off. I take 1 day a week off. If you call me on a Sunday, I'm probably not going to answer because that's family and friend time. However, if it's an emergency, please dial 911 and they'll be there to save you. It's no real estate emergency.
No, we had a whole class on that. I love you. You're my spirit animal.
Right? Can we all agree here, this listing appointment, there are no real estate emergencies unless one of you are ready to take your last breath and we don't have the deed signed.
But
Okay, but
yeah. But
So-
that would be a different environment for ourselves. We've done that to ourselves by
No,
not setting
we
the boundaries.
teach people how to treat us.
Yes.
We teach people how to treat us. And guess what? Most people want to work with a true CEO. They want somebody that can negotiate their commission. Because if you can't negotiate your own commission, how are you going to negotiate the best price for them when you're negotiating with the buyer's agent?
Yep.
And just flat out tell them that. Listen, if I reduce my commission and I can't even negotiate my own commission, how am I going to negotiate the best price for you at the end of the day? Don't you want the best negotiator on your side? If somebody comes in here and says they'll do it for less, you're going to end up with less.
Yeah.
Trust me.
I've actually used that.
And if they still say no, walk away.
That's right. Yeah.
Remember, we talked about that earlier. You've got to be in a financial position to go like, we're probably not a good match.
I had one a couple months ago. I remember where she was like, only your foot, like one.
Here you're negotiating without desperation. You have no desperation. It's like take it or leave it. Do you want me or not? And if you don't, it's okay. It's okay. You build relationships, not just transactions. This is huge here, guys.
Yeah.
They're hiring the person that they get to know within the first 5 minutes. Okay. So what questions are you asking within the first 5 minutes? It's not about you in the first 5 minutes. Tell me more about yourself. You know what? I noticed a lot of soccer pictures and things on the wall. Can you tell me more about that? Did you spend a lot of time on the soccer fields? You know, I mean, whatever you can pick up in the house, like talk about it. When people talk about themselves, they move closer to you. Okay. Referrals come because people what? They trust you. Do you have to be the best real estate agent to gain trust? No.
And everything doesn't have to go right either. I've gotten repeat clients where we've had the worst transaction, not because of, it's just because of the transaction. And they've called me back and said, look, I
Look at Amy
you
going,
because-
"Oh, that's me."
Well,
I know.
it's me.
I know, I'm just messing with you.
That didn't go right, but outside of everyone's control. But they said, I trust you because you were communicative. You know, we got to the finish line and I trust you. So it's relationship. It's all relationship especially today, I think.
Oh, absolutely. So when you're fractured, you repel clients without knowing why. You discount deals that you definitely shouldn't. Most of this happens, the people get mad at the end anyway. So you're like, I'm not making any money on this deal and you're still mad at me. Like, what? You miss appointments because of home crisis. So all of a sudden you don't feel well, you're sick. Maybe there's something going on at home and you just have to cancel. You burn through leads with scattered follow-up. So there's no system in place here. So it's not that you're not getting leads or the leads aren't out there. You just have no follow-up system. You chase volume instead of value.
That's a good one.
That's really bad. Yeah. You chase a volume instead of value. Once you start chasing value, the volume comes. When it's the opposite, it doesn't come. So,
And it's so important. You said it earlier, but your clients see that in you. I learned this when I had a really hard time too. When you said smile on the phone, I stopped using like emojis and exclamation points in communication at one point in my career because I didn't feel good and I wasn't happy. So I didn't want to exclaim it happily. And I realized that was showing through even in writing. And I started making myself put in a smiley face or put in that exclamation. And what happened is it started to make me feel better.
yeah,
Just by doing it, even if I didn't feel like it, it put that out there.
it's the
And then my
energy that you
client-
put out
right.
there.
And then my clients saw it and gave me that energy back, and that's what built me back up.
So is the energy different, Tracy, if I send back a response that says okay, period, or I send a response, okay, exclamation point, smiley face,
It's better that way. But
right?
see, I put it in my head that wasn't professional also.
Right.
And I didn't feel like it. I was mourning a loss, and so I just didn't feel like it. But once I actually made myself do it anyway,
Mhm.
I made myself happier by making myself pretend to be happy. Does that
Yeah,
make sense?
yeah, no, absolutely.
But your clients do see it as the point. If you're not on, they know it.
Exactly. So on this one, and this is in your book, so you don't need a perfect wheel, you need a functional wheel. So 6-10 rule, Amy, what's that mean?
That means no area should be below 6, and it will drag your business. It will also drag other parts of your life down too. Of
Yeah.
the wheel. Of the wheel.
Of the wheel. So below 6 creates an active drag on your business. So just know that. Above 8 in all areas is a bonus, but not necessarily the goal. Okay. If you have 7, 7, 7, 7, a wheel of all sevens, it's a pretty balanced wheel, right? Your wheel's still going to move pretty well. So it's not, the goal isn't necessarily to get to 10 on everything or even an 8 on everything. It's to get a balanced wheel. If you have 7, 7, 7, it's much better than a 9, 1, or 9, 8. So that's what's most important. The weekly check-in. So every Sunday, this is going to be the goal. We want you to rescore your wheel. It only takes 5 minutes, you guys. Go in there, rescore your wheel every Sunday. Catch the small fires before they become infernos that burn your Q4. And then minimum effective dose.
I actually did this one. I started, I'm not going to involve in Facebook, but for almost 2 years I've been going to the gym, and every time I quit going to the gym, I was like, I'm gonna go 3 or 4 times a week. I'm gonna go for 45 minutes, and I stopped that. Now I just go, if I can get there 30 minutes twice a week, if 4, not 5. So I don't need 2 hours at the gym. That's what killed me. I try to get myself there 4 or 5 times a week, an hour a day, but I can get myself there 30 minutes, 2 or 3 times a week. And that's way more than I ever did. And I do go. I don't you know,
So
I
that's
go.
making it, that if you're doing it at a level 6 instead of a level.
Absolutely, yeah, that's exactly what I'm doing. It's
I
brought
like
my wheel number up.
I like
So minimum effective dose, you don't need 2 hours at the gym every single day. You need 30 minutes 4 times a week is enough. Small, consistent actions prevent chaos. They don't require a complete overhaul. And I think that's what the problem with most humans is we're like, okay, I'm all in tomorrow. I'm going to show up at the gym at 5. I'm going to be there till 7. And then you can't walk for 3 weeks and you like can't get up from the toilet and you're like, screw that. And like that didn't work. Robin's class was the worst. Right? No, let's like eat like small little doses. And then your home base. Clients can feel when your home life is stable, it radiates. Lead with life, the deals will follow. So on your in your workbook page, what area are you choosing to improve? Just one. I want you to pick one. My current score. So go ahead and fill that out. The daily habit. So whatever that's going to be. What is the one daily habit that you're going to do? If it's spiritual, maybe I'm going to read an inspirational quote or start with a Bible app or whatever it is every single day for 5 minutes or 10 minutes, whatever it is. And then how will this show up in my business? So what specific results do I expect to improve? And I want you to pick an accountability partner. Somebody who's going to check in with you on maybe Monday morning and say, hey, how's your 90-day target going? What are you doing on a daily basis? How's that working out? Or what are you doing 3 times a week to change that one domino on your wheel? Who's that accountability partner going to be?
gonna be my accountability.
I love it. There you go. Where are you getting one?
Slides for the on the slides.
Oh, that's okay.
My job. Yeah, well.
And as you're filling that out, I just want to tell you a story about Marcus, who was doing 22 transactions a year. He was going through a quiet divorce, hadn't slept 7 hours in months, and hadn't taken a real day off in 2 years. So business is his business and going through a divorce. He scored his wheel 8 in business, 3s and 4s everywhere else. Okay. His one domino he chose was sleep. He committed to 7 hours a night for 90 days and nothing else changed. The result, a 1-year result, he went from 22 transactions to 34 transactions, same market, same database, better brain. Okay. There's another girl that I was coaching. She's an EXP agent, really big agent now in the Triad area. And she was doing about 260 in GCI. And she's like, Robin, I don't understand. Like, I just can't see him. It's been 250, 260 for the last 4 years. I can't get past that. I said, okay, well, tell me about your date nights with your husband. She laughed. She's like, date nights with her? We don't have time for that. I was like, oh, okay, so you never go on a date night? And she goes, no, we work 24/7. He works, I work, we do that. And I'm like, okay. Tell me about your kids' activities. What do you do with the kids? Well, like whoever's available, that's who goes. I was like, oh, so when little Sally has a dance lesson or something, you don't go? She's like, well, not all the time. I can't work, Robin. Work. Like she was mad at me. Like, what do you think? We can't go to all the dance lessons. I was like, okay, well, this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna pick that as your one thing. You're gonna go to every lesson. You're gonna set a message on, because then she also told me she works 7 days a week and all till 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock every single night. I said, you're gonna set a voicemail that says, if you've called me after 7 o'clock, that's my family time. I work 9 to 6 or 9 to 7 every single day, 6 days a week. And I want you to put that on your voicemail. And if you're calling me during those times, I'll return your call the next business day. And she's like, oh my God, I can't do that. I'll lose business. I said, let's just try it 90 days. Let's do this. She not only did it for 90 days, she did it for an entire year. The following year, guess what her GCI was? Now, she didn't work after 7. She had a date night with her husband every single month. It started off as once a month, and it went to 2 and 3 times a month, and never missed a child's event. And only worked 6 days a week, so she got a day back and got many hours at night back.
Did it double?
Went from 260 to, what do you think it was?
Did it double?
500? Is that what you're thinking?
Yeah.
Higher.
Oh my gosh.
Went to $675,000 in GCI. That's no lie, you guys. How crazy is that? Do people want to work with CEOs or Pop-Tart agents?
Right.
Do people want to work with people that set boundaries and have a full life that changes their energy, that changes who they are when they show up for an appointment? Yes, they do.
I
That's
don't
who they
think
want to
people
work
know
with.
what a Pop-Tart agent is. Explain that.
Oh, Pop-Tart says, Pop-Tart is, you're sitting here today and somebody calls you and says, hey, I'm coming in for the weekend and I'm here right now. I got here early and I want to see 123 Main Street. And you go, Robin, sorry, gotta go. Pop-Tart. And you run to show that house. That's a Pop-Tart agent, right? Instead of, well, that's interesting. Welcome to North Carolina. And so that's how my days work. This is what I do. I'm glad to set up an appointment for you, but we can see that house at 4 o'clock today. I'll call the agent right now. Will that work for you? Well, I was really hoping to see it today at 9 a.m. That's awesome, but that can't happen. So I've got 3 other appointments, but be glad to show you at 4. I'm probably the best agent that you're going to call today, so you decide. You want the best or you want second best?
Because we also talked about this in
Yeah.
class recently, and we don't expect our doctors to see us immediately.
Oh,
We
no.
don't expect our dentists to see us immediately. Our attorneys aren't going to work with us on the weekends or the evenings. So why aren't we showing ourselves a more professional foot forward that exactly like you're talking about?
Yeah.
This is when my schedule allows it, and I can't wait to see you that
Yeah.
confidently.
Isn't, yeah. I mean, be confident. People want to work with confident people.
Yeah.
You know, when they say I mean, I don't have any problem. Like if someone would say, well, you know, gosh, Susie Q will do this for 2%. You want 3%. Yes.
Get what you pay for.
And so tell me more. Well, but that's going to save you money. Well, let me ask you a question. What do you do for a living? Well, I'm an engineer at ABC company. Interesting. So, when's the last time that you went into your job and your boss asked you to take 1/3 less of your pay
But that's the same results.
and ask for the same results? You know, has that ever happened to you? And they're like, well, of course not. Well, that's exactly what you're asking me to do today. So, and I'm guessing you're in the top 10% of what you do. And they, well, of course I am, and they're probably not, but they're not gonna say they're not. Right? Either. Oh, yeah. Well, so am I. I'm in the top percent of professionals in the real estate industry. And so you get to choose. Do you want to work with the top 10%? Because I know you know probably in your own work, you go to work every day and there's probably that 90% that you never want to deal with your business. Is that right? It's like, oh yeah, I've got lots of people and they're worthless at work. Great, our industry has the same. So would you like to work with the top 10%, just like you are, or do you want to hire somebody who's not in it? And your 10% can just be like, I'm 10%, the best 10% because of my attitude. Right? It doesn't have to be 10% volume or units, people. Okay? We did not clarify that with him. And they didn't ask, right? So it's how you have the conversation. It's like, and don't be afraid of that. Don't be afraid of being confident in what you do. People want to hire confidence. So, all right. Sorry, we went down a bunny trail, didn't we? All right.
It was
So
a good one.
it was a good one. Okay, good. Okay, so the integration blueprint. So Sunday reset, 5 minutes, you guys. That's all it's going to take. Rescore your wheel on Sundays. Flag any area under 6 and set 1 micro action a week. Your morning anchor. So physical movement, mindset, gratitude, non-negotiable before your first client call. So before you ever pick up the phone to call anyone, some kind of gratitude, you guys.
Yeah.
Something. It's biblical, first of all. And I believe in that. And also it is impossible for the brain to have negativity and positivity in it at the same time. Try it. It's impossible. So anytime you're like, oh my gosh, you wake up and you're like, I didn't sleep 1 hour and I was terrible. And all of a sudden you go like, that was the best sleep ever. I'm so thankful that I got rest today. I'm so thankful that it's sunny. I'm so thankful it's raining. I'm so thankful it doesn't matter what it is. If you put gratitude in, it's impossible to have negativity in the brain. Trust me, it's a science thing. It's the only science I know. All right, physical movement, move, do something. Protected evenings. So block 3 weeknight evenings for family fun or rest. So actually, like you said, like sometimes I want to rest. If I have that time. Guess what? It's okay. 3 weeknight evenings for family fun, rest, and schedule them like they're a listing. Schedule them like they're an appointment. Somebody calls you and says, I want to see 123 Main Street at 7:00 tonight. You know what? I love that you want to see that house. It's a beautiful house. I've seen it myself, but I've got another appointment at 7. I can show it to you at 9 a.m. tomorrow. I'm going to call the agent right now. Does that work for you? They're going to go like, yeah, that's perfect.
So I have a standing Tuesday night thing that I do every Tuesday, right? If I've passed up on showings or I've paid somebody to go to the every Tuesday night, and then I'm not every Tuesday night.
Yeah.
It's non-negotiable. It's a non-negotiable.
Yeah.
For our family, like
Mm-hmm.
our whole family.
Yeah, and it can be an appointment, you guys. If the appointment is just with yourself, it's an appointment.
Exactly.
Right, that's hard.
Nobody don't need to know.
I have a lot of appointments with my husband. At
Absolutely.
any time, I mean, Daddy has to get on my calendar, but if I'm with my husband, I'm on an appointment. You don't.
I've heard-
it's none of your business.
I've heard agents on the phone literally when somebody calls to see a house and they'll be like, oh my gosh, oh, I wish I could do that. I had a doctor's appointment, I have to pick my kid up, and then I gotta do this, and I'm like, shut up.
Yeah.
It's not my business.
I'm like, look, they have appointments until
You
X
know what
time.
you say? You're too busy
Yeah.
for them.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly. Yeah.
You know, stop it. Like, stop over telling people about your life. It's like, you know what, Susie? I love that you want to see 123 Main Street. I've actually been looking at that for you as well. I've got 2 appointments before that, but I can show you the house at this time. That's all they need to know. People understand appointments. They don't understand when you tell them your whole life that has nothing to do with business, by the way. Right? Because they're wanting you focused on business.
Yeah.
Like, oh, I'm like, yeah, crazy. I just want to choke some people. No, I'm just kidding.
No, you're not.
It's my anger management coming out. And then your quarterly life review. So full wheel rescore, celebrate your wins. So do this every 90 days. I tell you guys, it will change your life. When you're focused on only the business, sooner or later it's going to explode and you're going to not have that balanced life. And this was, like I said, I cried the first time I ever did this exercise because my life was completely 1000% jacked up. And everybody on the outside was like, oh, she's got everything. Like she owns multiple offices. She's regional growth director. She's all this, she's all that. I was nothing, you guys. I was broken is what I was. So, hopefully you took something from this today. You're going to go work on this. And like I said, only one thing. You don't have to look at all 8 categories. Take one category over the next 90 days and try to improve that area. And I'd love to hear back in 90 days some results. So anything from you, Aim?
No, but I was just gonna say
Oh
about,
yeah, you have an accountability card in here.
yeah, and I was also
Fill it out.
gonna say is I've been running the 12-week year in my office on the team, and this rolls into some of it. If anyone is wanting to do a 12-week year, I'll probably be starting that again in 2 weeks, and then we do the Monday, the WAMs, weekly weekly accountability meetings for 10 minutes. We just can go through, and that could be something we could do if anyone wants to do that
Yeah.
to help with the wheel.
On your, there's no page number, but it's in here. And the next, I want you to go ahead and fill that out because when you fill things out, it's like a 67% chance that you'll actually help when you write it down.
Yeah.
So in the next 90 days, I commit to improving my blank from a blank score to the new score. And like I said, it can be from a 4 to a 5. That is an improvement. My one daily habit will be, if it's, hey, I'm just going to change my voicemail. That's huge, guys. That will change your business. That one thing, setting those expectations. And my accountability partner is who that person is. what you'll find is that clients will start saying, if they call you after 7 o'clock, they'll be like, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. I didn't even realize it was after 7 o'clock. Call me tomorrow, it's fine. I mean, literally, but I will tell you, if you don't do that and you answer the phone every night at 10, 11 o'clock or you respond, and then the one time you don't do that, then they're like, excuse me, I called you 3 times, why aren't you answering the phone? You're like, dude, it's 11 o'clock. Well, yeah, and like, you've done that the last 3 months with me, like, so setting those expectations, we treat people how treat us, so, thanks, guys. I
Thank
love
you guys very much for coming.